Mm-hmm. Hello, welcome to another unboxing. Today with Inferno X, chasing the Charizard. Just got these in. I thought the wait was going to be longer, but luckily it came in pretty quick. I'm excited. This is, of course, the newest set from Japan. Admittedly, a little disappointed at first because I thought it was going to have a Gengar, but it does not. But I do like Charizards. I can never get these right. There we go. All right, these are a standard 5-pack, 5 per pack, which means that they're pretty safe to open with scissors. Though I don't advocate it, do be careful. Don't try this at home. Coolio. If you're triggered by me not using the little pull tab, I'll tell you I've destroyed too many cards using that pull tab. They're generally pretty safe, but not a fan. Ooh. I know just an EX, but that is cool looking. Pretty. Vileplume. I love Vileplume. I always have. I feel like Vileplume needs the special art rare treatment. But I may be like the only Vileplume fan out there. I don't know. Gloom gets a lot of the love. Oddish is cool. So is Vileplume. I do like Gloom too, but... Ooh, Urukodo. First big one. That's cool. That's an awesome looking Moltres too. We're going to take a moment to sleeve that up because we are not barbarians. Funny story with these boxes, I just got them this morning, and my post office is, how do I put it? I don't want to call them corrupt or lazy. So I got the notification this morning that the delivery was attempted, but I was like at the post office. And I told the guy, you know, I don't have the pink pickup slip, can I pick it up? And he said, when did you get it? And I lied, and I said yesterday. I got the pink slips yesterday, but I forgot them. I said, okay, let me check. Sure enough, they were back there, even though that had literally like 10 minutes before I was at the post office. Got the delivery was attempted and you were not home message. And so they lied. It was not on the delivery truck. Cool. But they do that. They say that it's, you know, delivery attempted, no secure location, even though I've got locked parcel boxes. And they leave those pink slips there, and they do that at like, you know, 9 a.m. So I know that they're not actually out there with them. And I've got to go into the post office next day or a couple days later and pick it up. But I've been doing international shipping for a long time. I know very well that they don't put it on the truck to actually deliver. They're supposed to, but they don't. The post office is also one of those things. It's like, try complaining about them at their website or going up even farther than that. It will never, it'll never do anything. And so all I'm left with is just tiny little moments where I can outsmart them and smile. Maybe a little petty, but you know what? I hate the US Post Office. At least where I'm from, you may have a super efficient one. And awesome if you do. I do not. I got 2 boxes of Inferno X. I'm going to open just one right now and save the other for later. And as always, because I need to mention this, because I do get frequent private messages, DMs, I open all sealed product. I do not sell sealed product. I don't deal in it, and I don't want to deal in it. I will not sell you sealed product. And I don't keep sealed product. I'm going to have a box of sealed Inferno X on me for about 2 days before I open the next one. That is my entire and only relation with sealed product. I don't like it. I don't want to scalp. I don't like scalpers. Ooh. I know, just a hollow, but I appreciate the look on some of these cards. And the happy bolt end. But the next video I've got coming out after this one, it's either going to be another Inferno X, or it's going to be a PSA return. Depends on how things are timed. But I've got a return due in a few days. I'm looking forward to that one. It's got a few cards I'm going to sell, and then it's got a couple that I'm going to keep in my PC, and I'll kind of explain the stories behind some of them. Every card's got a story. Sometimes it's not a fantastic story, but I've got a couple in that PSA return with a good story to them. Ooh, Shredette. That's cool. I like that. There's just something I like about Japanese cards more than the English ones. I'm not a card racist. I like all the cards, but I just kind of appreciate them in their original form. And I've always felt Japanese, of course, it is literally the original form of the card. It's the same with like magic cards, for example. I don't care for Japanese magic cards. I know they're out there and they're more prolific, but I don't like them. It's because it's not the origin of them. I would feel the same if a card company in Germany was making cards. I would want the German version. Despite them making English or Japanese or whatever. There's just something I appreciate about that more. So I've always liked these a little bit better than the English versions. From a practical standpoint, they tend to be better printed cards, and the quality tends to be a lot higher. Suicune, I love Suicune. And of course, the other thing I absolutely love about Japanese cards are the promos. I've got a bunch of, I'll have a PSA return in about January. But I'll have a whole bunch of Giovanni Boss Copy promos, which I absolutely adore. I love Boss Coffee. And so anything with Boss Coffee I adore, and the fact that it's crossed with Pokemon is massively collectible to me. That'll definitely be one of those going in the PC. I actually have, funny enough, really tiny PC, because for me, if I'm going to keep something in a personal collection, it's got to mean something to me. And one of the cards I've got returning within a week or so has got a big story to it, and I'll explain it when I get it back. Look at his little hands. You guys are adorable. Wow. Miss Magus, I like that. Super rare. Fireman. That's fancy. I don't know if I've ever mentioned, but Psychic is my favorite type. Mind Magic. I don't know if anyone's ever filmed unpacking before, but you get in a habit of looking at the camera when you're handling the cards, and it's not a good habit when you're handling scissors, because when you're looking, of course, at a camera, you're looking at a two-dimensional field instead of 3 dimensions, and you know you really want 3 dimensions when you're handling scissors. Suppose I could start setting the camera a bit lower, kind of on a horizontal field, so I'm staring at what I'm doing. But the problem with that is I end up kind of craning my arms, because I don't have a horizontal setup. I've got a crane arm. And so when it's low and horizontal, I end up like reaching over it. And in some of the longer videos I do, it ends up like pressuring the shoulder quite a bit. blue. So far, no Charizards. I actually just noticed that. Probably with Inferno X, I'm probably not going to go too crazy into it. I like Charizard, but like, this is a, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a one-trick pony box. It's all about that big Mega Charizard, and it is really, really cool. But for me to really get into a set, I need a couple big chases. A necklace. Sorry if I didn't sound excited. Soap on a rope. Yeah, I can't really recall what else is in this set that I really, really want. I mean, that Wigglytuff, the rare one, it is actually really cool. But other than that, this is kind of a side quest set. It's very sparkly. I just noticed something. That is a giant ice cream. Speaking of ice cream, has anyone ever wanted just mint ice cream without the chocolate chip? Because I do. I just want mint ice cream. No chocolate chip. Seal. That's cool. I like that. Electricity. I like this one. Sorry, I had a bit of an interruption. Back to it. My phone, for some reason, when I go to get off of the, I wasn't clicking out of the camera, and I made the assumption that it was going to still record, and it did not. I luckily have not opened another pack since it stopped recording. So hopefully I can edit that together in one big piece. few more left. I'm gonna have to figure out that editing though. I actually need to spend a lot of time learning some editing. So far I just filmed these in one big video. Two more. No Charizards. I think there are 3 of them in this set. And we did not get a 1. Let's cover what we got. Seal. Soap on a Rope. Miss Magus. Shudet. And Utkodo. Not too bad. Not too great. Let's see, biggest winner, I would say Miss Magus. Biggest winner, biggest loser, easy. Soap on a Rope. That'll be all for this split video. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.